What's up, everybody? This is Bandit FX, and today I'm going to be going over my long position today on Euro Yen or EURJPY from New York session on February 1st, 2021. So here's the chart, and this is where I ended up taking the trade. Um, basically, starting from the beginning, we had this big push up on 4 hour from the 29th of January. Then we started coming down. We started retracing a little bit. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, from this swing low to this swing high right here, let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Um, what ended up happening, I used a little bit of confluence from two different strategies that I use. One being that golden fib zone. So right here at the 61.8, we basically came down, tapped that area, had a few weak bearish candles, and then we had this big bullish candle print. And it doesn't matter if you're using this low or this low. Either way, it basically rejected the 61.8 area. So with that being said, on the 1 hour time frame, um, let's break it down to the 30 minute. It was ranging for a while right here. Um, basically, those were those weak bearish candles you saw in the 1 hour time frame. When we had the big bullish candle print, we had a almost like a doji bearish candle. Now my entry was taken on the break of this high right here. So one thing to take note of on this bearish candle right here is that it did make a higher high and it did not make a lower low, meaning that there still is bullish momentum here. There's not, this isn't coming back down. This isn't a reversal. This is a very weak confirmation for sells, so there was no reason to take sells here. But once this candle ended up breaking the highs, that was my confirmation for price to continue to at least 126,910. So what ended up happening is this is seen on a lower time frame, but because we were in that 61.8 fib zone, I was anticipating price to come back up to retest this high if you look on the 4 hour time frame. So if you would have drawn this out from here to here, you would have seen, or here to here, you would have seen this big 4 hour rejection, almost like a doji, but with a long bottom wick showing rejection and bearish exhaustion to the downside. So um, that was my reason for believing that this could come all the way up to retest the high. However, during the trade, when we entered on the break of the 30 minute, we had this bullish candle close. Once we came up into this area, I secured 50% only because I could see this coming back down to possibly this level. Because a lot of the times the market likes to mirror itself. So what's going to happen is some of the time you'll see this come down, come back up, and then come down, consolidate, and this will do the exact same thing. So in my head, I was anticipating that there is a possibility that this comes back down to this area before it continues back up. So what I ended up doing to basically preserve my capital, because that's the number one thing you want to do in trading is preserve your capital. You can't lose. You can't lose money if you don't take a losing trade. So I secured positions right here. I moved my stop loss to break even, and I ended up getting stopped out. So overall, really didn't make that much money on the trade. Made about a 0.5%, but or a little bit more than that. But you know what? That's how it goes sometimes. Um, there was a lot of upside to this trade, but as long as you manage your risk and you secure profits early, there is no way you guys can lose. And there's really only two ways you can lose when trading, and this is what like my mentor Wicks Don't Lie says all the time is there's only two ways you can lose in trading, and that is when you overtrade and when you over risk. So if you're doing one of those two things, that's the reason you're losing. If you're securing profits early, nobody has ever lost money taking profits early. You can't lose like that. You only lose if you let price come back down and bring you back into drawdown, and then you're forced to close for either a full loss or a partial loss. Once you're in profit, there is no reason for you to take your full stop loss. Like it doesn't make any sense. Even though that this trade was a 4.8 R trade, that was the possibility that I was going to make almost 10% on the account. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's either I'm going to make 10% or I'm losing two. No, I secured a little bit at the first minor resistance level right here, and then I just let the trade continue, and I got stopped out of break even. That's just how it goes. I'll be back on the charts tomorrow, and you just got to get ready for the next trade. There's no reason to take a loss for no reason. All right, guys, if you like this analysis or breakdown of EURJPY, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And look forward to the next one.